His death has shocked the nation. People young and old reacting all over social media about the impact that he had on people across the nation and around the world. Our Brittany Jones is joining us now with a look at what people are saying. Brittany?
Well, Laverne, after reading post after post, you can see people are heartbroken about the passing of Colin Powell. He was a friend, family, and mentor to many. Let's get to what some of the prominent figures are saying on social media. Former President Barack Obama released a long statement on Twitter about the general, but he says in short, General Colin Powell understood what was best in this country and tried to bring his own life, career, and public statements in line with that ideal. Michelle and I will always look to him as an example of what America and Americans can and should be. And White House Domestic Policy Advisor Susan Rice says she's profoundly saddened by the passing of General Colin Powell, a pioneering military and national security leader and a trusted friend and mentor. I will miss him deeply and cherish his many kindnesses. My prayers are with Alma and entire Powell family. And Reverend Jesse Jackson says he saw evil in the world, but believed good would triumph over evil. In that truth, he found his strength of character to do right. Generations will benefit from his integrity. I loved Colin Powell for his friendship and his wise counsel down through the years. And lastly, actress, songwriter, and dance choreographer Debbie Allen tweeted, General Colin Powell, a great leader of our nation and an inspiration to young people around the world, will always be remembered with great respect and admiration. We will forever speak his name. And Vice President Kamala Harris is also sharing her thoughts about the general's passing. Here's what she had to say.
I just want to say that also, you know, he is the first black person, black man to be Joint Chiefs, chairman of the Joint Chiefs, to be National Security Advisor, to be Secretary of State. Every step of the way, when he filled those roles, he was, by everything that he did and the way he did it, inspiring so many people. And there's been a lot of conversation about that, how young service members and others, not only in the military, but in our nation and around the globe, took notice of what his accomplishments meant as a reflection of who we are as a nation.
Now, we've also seen pictures and video tributes of moments people have shared with General Powell. We expect to see more outpouring of love and support throughout the day. Laverne?
Thank you so much for that report, Brittany.